everyone. You are now watching us live in Qinglai, and today we are still focused on the rescue process of the 12 young footballers and their coach who are being trapped in the cave. And as we are speaking now, we learned that today the first boy has been successfully extracted from the flooded zone, flooded cave. And you can see behind me the road is blocked, and that's where the hospital is. And then the blocked road has obviously given the priority to the ambulance, which will later send the boys come to the hospital. Earlier at the media center, commander of the Joint Administration Center of Rescue Operation, Nalong said that the third operation, which began today at around 10 o'clock in the morning, with 19 divers assigned to extract rest of the survivors. Rescue team operating at Tham Luang Cave in Qinglai have been successfully so far in bringing more than 9 young footballers out of the flooded cave. And the numbers we learned just now, they're the 10th in total. The second boy and also the total number 10 boy has also been transferred out of the cave, but still they are on the way to the hospital. The first 2 batches of 8 boys have reportedly been in good health condition, both physically and mentally. So the rescue operation actually started 2 days ago. And then for the first day, 4 boys were extracted. And then yesterday, another 4 were put out successfully. And now they are all in the hospital, the Qinglai Regional Hospital. And earlier this morning, we had press conference, and the doctor there confirmed that all of them are now in stable, good health condition. And according to the press conference, 2 of the first 4 boys who were brought out on Sunday were affected slightly by a lung infection, but they have already been given some medication, and now they are in a good condition. Also, their blood samples were sent for emerging disease testing, and the result will be known in the next 24 to 48 hours. But as the doctor described, the boys were actually quite energetic, even though they are still weak physically. And some of them want to eat proper food, like the traditional Thai food gapao, which is fried minced rice, and someone wants to have barbecue pork. And among the second group of the boys who were rescued yesterday, some were reported to have low body temperatures. As you know, in the cave, the temperature was quite low. But after being treated, so far they are kind of in a good, healthy condition. Well, my colleague just texted me that the first ambulance just passed the media center, which is about 40 minutes drive away from the hospital. So we are expecting the first ambulance to be here probably around half an hour or 40 minutes. The 12 boys and their coach went missing in a cave in northern Thailand since June the 23rd, which gathered hundreds of rescue teams from both in and out of Thailand, including rescue teams from China, USA, Australia, to join the rescue operation. And so far, we learned that there were 2 rescue teams from China who joined it, and then one of the teams, which have 5 expert divers, they joined in the diving team inside the cave, and another team they were part of the team who went climbing up to the mountains and trying to find dig some shafts, or someone called it chimney, which can help them to go into the cave from outside the mountain, rather than you have to dive into with the water. But about 2 days ago, when the rescue operation started, the army had stopped trying to drill any holes from the mountain, and then all the work has been focused on diving into the cave. The Tham Luang cave, which the 13 people were trapped, was one of the fourth longest cave in Thailand. And then where they were found was about 4.5 kilometers away from the main entrance. And then inside the cave, it was seriously flooded, and some of the parts of the roads they had to dive. That is a very, very dangerous thing to do. It's called cave diving. So even though very skillful divers cannot do it, it has a very high level of risk. That is to say, bringing the trapped boys to safety is an extremely dangerous task, given the conditions inside the flooded cave. And in fact, one of the retired Thai Royal Navy SEAL who joined the mission, Officer Salmon, if I pronounce his name right, Officer Salmon, who lost his life in the cave, unfortunately, because of lack of oxygen and exhaustion last Thursday. So that was a sad news that we learned from the cave, inside the cave. And Zhou Yajun, a diver from Chinese rescue team, told us that the rescue team, the commander center, actually have ordered them to slow down the operation in the cave last Thursday due to the death of the retired previous Navy SEAL member. And he said oxygen in the cave was getting lower and lower. And as a result, the governor have also ordered rescue people to install 4-kilo oxygen pipes into the cave, which helps the oxygen volume to go back to 17.3%, which is relatively, well, not as high as the 21% oxygen which daily we are breathing, but back to the comparatively safe level. The past 2 days had been a good experience for the rescue team, because the first day they managed to get 4 of the survivors out with 11 hours. And then yesterday they spent 9 hours, which were 2 hours less, to bring 4 survivors out. That was a sort of success based on the experience of the first day rescue. And today, this morning, the expert and divers went into the cave at around 10 o'clock in the morning. And the first guy, the 9th in total, came out around 4 o'clock local time. So that is relatively earlier than the first one being extracted yesterday. But today we are expecting the rest of the 5 survivors in the cave to be put out all together. Not all together, sorry, one by one, but all of them will be rescued today, and then we'll put an end to the whole rescue operation. So the total number is more than the previous day 1 and day 2. So day 1 is 4, day 2 is 4, and today we need to get 5 of them. So far we got 1 out, and we heard that the second one is somewhere near the cave entrance too. So hopefully the number will growing very, very fast. And last night, you know, now is the raining season, monsoon season of the Thailand. Last night it had a torrential rain. The heavy rain was whole night, and that make us very worried about the situation, the water level in the cave. But as we confirmed with the experts from the Chinese rescue team, because they are now have better control of the pumping water, so now they are trying to use bigger pumping water out of the cave. That means the water level inside the cave is comparatively controllable and no longer a big obstacle for the experts, the divers, to go into the cave. The 12 footballer and their coach went missing on June the 23rd. And then hundreds of international rescue efforts has been paid into helping the Thai Navy and Army to first locating them and then rescue them. And on July the 2nd, quite late in the evening, around 11 o'clock, we were told that 2 British divers managed to find the 3 trapped guys in the cave, which was about 200 or 400 meters further than the place, the Pattaya beach, they were first expected they were going to be. And that was such a big, huge news, but a good news that cheers everyone, not only the people at the scene, the local villages, but everyone in Thailand and even around the globe, because so many people are now paying attention and giving their wishes and prayer for those people who have already made a miracle of life. And as now we are still waiting for the first ambulance to carry the first boy who were rescued from cave today to be sent to the hospital, the Chiang Mai Regional Hospital. As we can see, the cloud today, well, today is quite cloudy, and I'm no expert, but I assume that might be one of the reasons they didn't take the helicopter to transfer the boy rather than using the ambulance car. But if they took the helicopter, they could save them about 20 minutes on the way. And as many of you who are watching us live now may be a big fan of football as well, and also the ongoing FIFA. Excuse me, I just learned from my colleague that the 10th boy in total, now they are also on his way to the hospital. And as many of you are a big fan of the football, the FIFA World Cup, the president Gianni Infantino has invited the Thai boys football team to join the World Cup final. But he's showing that as a support for them to be able to manage to come out of the cave safely. And then, according to the doctors, they are still a little bit too weak to go to join the football World Cup final. But the good thing is, if they manage to do it, they can watch it on TV. So it is the third day of the rescue operation. And day one, they've got 4 people out of the cave, and day 2, again, 4 people extracted from the flooded cave. And today, according to the governor of Chiang Mai, if everything goes on well, they will try their best to get the 4 kids and their coach out of the cave today. So that means today might be the end of the operation. And after getting the survivors out, obviously the rescuer themselves have to come out. That may take hours as well. So maybe the whole operation will finish in early morning tomorrow. Well, as we learned this morning from a press conference in the hospital, that all the first two batches of 8 boys, they are now in comparatively good health condition, and parents of the first batch of boys have been allowed to visit them through a glass window. And well as the rescue work operation is still going on, and we hope that the number of people who are rescued from the team of the cave, who are extracted from the cave successfully, the number will grow bigger and bigger. And then today, hopefully, will be the last day of rescuing, and we are happy to see that some of the boys have already met with their families, even though it was through they're still away from their glass window. And all of them, 8 of them, are in good health condition, and 1 or 2 new survivors who've been extracted from the cave today are now on the road and on the way to the hospital behind me. So this is a best time. I mean, I hope that's going to be the best time of our reporting and for the end of this operation. And we hope they will all soon be able to enjoy the reunion with their families. And so far, that's pretty much the end of our live. And if we have any new information, we'll update with another live maybe. Thank you for being with us. Bye.